The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
Back here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car, professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. Check them out online at autorepairsmyrna.com. That's where we happen to be going in conversation right now. It's time to talk Smyrna Bulldog football, and Matt Williams joins us here by phone. And Coach, good morning to you. Congrats on the win last night.
Morning, Brian. Thank you.
Had a fun night at the Robert L. Rake Stadium and SRM Field for the broadcast crew, and very interesting ball game. I really thought we were maybe in for a shootout after that first half, and then all of a sudden the third quarter came along, and both teams really could not handle prosperity at that time.
No, I think we did a really good job the second half on defense. That's one positive, but we sort of couldn't get out of our own way offensively at times, turning the ball over. And, I think Segal had some of the same issues, obviously. So there was only 7 points scored in the second half. And, luckily that was us. But, we're still dealing with proud of the team for executing at times. And I thought defensively we did a really good job for the most part. We just got to clean up some of those discipline type issues. We have, every team's got to play. It's basically a freeze play where you're not running anything. You're just hard counting, hopefully drawing them off sides, but also seeing where they're going to blitz from and maybe the coverage rotation and how they're going to cover you. And I think we false started on that 3 times last night. And probably in 3 games, we probably false started about 9 times on that. And that's almost inexplainable. So it's just little things like that we've got to do a better job. It's just a lack of awareness, and it's something we practice all the time. But for some reason we can't execute it. So, still a lot to clean up, but, a win is a win, and can't complain about that ever. Well,
when that happened one of the times, I could see about 3 coaches' headsets come off, and just shake in, I don't know, I guess just like, how could this keep happening, right?
Yeah, disbelief's the word you're looking for, Brian.
Yeah.
This group we got a lot of great kids, and we're going to get them where they need to be. But I will say, I think this is like my 17th year as a head coach, and this is probably one of the hardest. This is going to be a full-time job, let's put it that way. But, this group, we've just got to get them to pay attention to the little things, and I try to get them to understand that the little discipline things off the field spill onto the field, and, lack of awareness can bite you, obviously, especially against good football teams. And that's something we're working on daily, and we're grinding these kids to get that point across, and hopefully they'll get it soon.
Well, 23-13 halftime. It was a struggle, and it honestly looked like it was going to kind of be a back and forth game, and then you took the 10-point lead, and going into the locker room, how did you feel at halftime, and what did you want to do differently?
Well, the biggest thing, we had to play better in the interior defensive line. They'd run some inside zone against us, and we'd gotten pushed around, to be quite honest. And, I wanted to clean up the penalties and mistakes. The biggest, and I'm not disrespecting any team we've played at all, but the biggest enemy and the biggest opponent to Smyrna High School has been Smyrna High School football. We've been self-inflicting wounds, but, the biggest thing was to play better up front on defense. We fixed a couple things coverage-wise because we had some confusion back there. And, we played good defense. We had one drive there where they, scored a touchdown, but other than that, gave up 2 field goals. And so we felt good there. We made a couple of adjustments. The biggest thing was playing better up front, which I thought we did the second half. I thought our defensive line really answered the bell and played a lot better. And, you had kids like Dalen Sanders, who's a linebacker, sophomore for us, that had 10 tackles last night. And Denzel Yarborough, also a safety, had 10 tackles as a junior for us. And had a lot of guys. Jerry Martin, of course, as usual, was disruptive. Yeah. And so I thought we had a lot of guys answer the bell.
Boy, Jerry Martin is just disruptor. That should be his nickname. But
yeah, he's an animal.
Yeah, he certainly is. Saw your guys week 1, and then last night I really thought that your offensive line did a lot of growing up, and you could tell that Judkins had a little more confidence back there last night, and he had an excellent night, I thought.
Yeah, he did. I was proud of Britton. He threw for about 140 yards. And, I really think last week, Britton transferred from Rockville. And, I just think that was a hard deal for him last week, and did some things that were not things that we haven't seen last week. But I thought he really grew this week and came back, and that's the mark of a true winner and a true competitor, when you can bounce back from a poor performance, and that's what a winner is. And I'm proud of Britton and how he bounced back, and a lot of the things we were able to do last night. He threw the ball well, especially Tyreek McCarver. Tyreek had about 80 yards receiving or so. Tyreek's a great playmaker for us, great kid, great leader. And also Jaleel Beatty Roberts also had some nice catches for us and did some good things. And, they were playing off coverage, and we took advantage of that, and the kids executed those hitch routes really well.
I really thought Britton, he was – I think we had him for 8 of 9, something like that in the first half. And to be honest – we said we had 14 of 22 last night. It could have been 16, 17 of 22. There were a few drops in there that really, he put the ball on the money a lot of times last night.
He did, and that's something that sort of plagued us. We've got to do a little bit better job. I thought we did a good job catching the ball last night, but there's still, like you say, there's instances where we can make plays that present itself, and we're not doing it. And last week we had a ball bounce off of the first week we had a ball bounce right off a face mask. Last week, one bounced off the shoulder pad, I think, for an interception. And last night we had a couple balls that we dropped. And, a couple of them, credit to Siegel, a couple of them we got hit right after the ball, made contact with the hands. Those are, we talk about having strong hands and hold on to the football all the time. And that's just something, playmakers make plays in those situations. You got to be able to hold on to the football. And that's something I have, confidence our kids will get better at.
Smyrna's Matt Williams joins us this morning as we talk about the Bulldogs. Thought Aiden Augustine ran with passion for you last night, and when you needed some hard yards, that kid delivered.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He had 25 carries, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Ryan Carver was able to compliment him with another 2 touchdowns. In some short yardage situations, and I was proud of our goal line package last night. I thought we did a really good job, really physical. You had Jerry Martin in there and DJ Barksdale and Ryan Carver and at times Aiden Augustine. And I thought the blockers on that were really, really physical, and that was a really proud moment. And I did think our offensive line, watching the film last night, I thought we had a few guys get a lot better that had been struggling. I thought C.J. Griffin, one of our guards, really played better. We possibly lost Ebenezer Orioba, Ebo, last night to a knee, and Jesse Villanueva came in, Tyler Green. We had guys come in and step up and do a pretty good job for us last night. And, you got a sophomore, Kelton Sellers, in there too. We got a lot of sophomores playing, and it's just going to take a while to get these guys growing. And, I think on defense last night, I think we started 3 or 4 sophomores. So, that bodes well for the future because those guys are getting a lot of valuable reps.
What you called your goal line package, the power eye. That was some old school magic right there. But that when you need to get some yards, it seems like you can bring in the bulldozer and it can get the job done. And it certainly did on that last score in the fourth quarter for sure. And in a situation where you needed yards to keep a drive alive too.
Yeah, that's something it's something we take pride in. We talk to our kids about it. That's sort of a when we call smokestack, that's an attitude thing. That's where we got to have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, a little bit of an attitude, and we got to be physical and get the yards we need. And I think our kids take that to heart and did a good job with it last night. And I thought we did a lot of good things. We just got to, like I say, the overwhelming theme is going to be we've got to clean up the little things that are hindering ourselves, and the penalties, the drop balls, and if we clean those things up, I think we've got a good football team in there. I've just got to figure a way to pull it out of them, and we'll do that. We have a good coaching staff, and it's just going to take a little bit more patience. It's something I'm not blessed with is patience, and I'm going to have to learn it with this group, and I think maybe they're trying to teach it to me, I guess. But, this group will be fine. We knew coming in this year there was a lot of new faces, and, people say we're young, and we're not necessarily young. We have a lot of juniors contributing, and we have obviously a lot of seniors contributing, but we also have a lot of sophomores. So it's just going to take some patience.
And when you have some kids that just haven't really played together that much, and it takes a while to mesh things together, and it's hard to teach us old dogs new tricks too. So I guess patience is one of those that we have to learn later in life. So it's just part of the game.
And I want to mention, we had a sophomore last night, Corey Weathers, a corner that had 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
he made plays, and we got guys taking advantage of opportunities, and, Amari Hills, the junior safety for us, also had an interception. So I thought we did a really good job getting turnovers last night. We've got to make it where we're getting the turnovers and not giving them back. And like you said, the second half, it seemed like we would get a turnover, and then we turn around and turn it right back over to them. And I know they feel the same way. But, I'm proud of our kids for how hard they played. I can say that, without doubt and without pause. We've just got to keep cleaning up those things. And I have every confidence our kids will do it. This group's a great group of kids, and I don't mean to sound disparaging when I'm saying it's just a challenge. That's what we get paid to do, and that's what we're going to do. But I think there's a really good football team in this group. We just got to keep grinding and pull it out of them.
Matt, the challenge gets pretty big. You go on the road next week and take on Ravenwood, a team that a lot of people think could be one of those teams to reckon with in 6A in football this year, and they had a scare with the Blackman Blaze last night, so you get to catch them again, this one on the road next Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we scheduled that. I scheduled that on purpose, and that's the region we match up with in playoffs. So, and actually we played them last year in the second round. So, that's a good test for us. Hester does a great job. I've known him for a long time. I think we probably came in the county about the same time. And, I know they got I think they got a couple really good quarterbacks, and they'll be big on the offensive line. They'll have a defense that flies around. They'll have receivers that can run. So we've got to have a really good week of practice to prepare. And, this week's about, sort of seeing where we're at and getting better. It's a get better game. And, I know our kids will come to work and get ready. And, it's another test against a good team, which we've had that. Obviously, this will be the fourth week in a row. We faced 3 Murfreesboro teams and, now get an opportunity against the Williamson County team. So I know our kids will be excited, and our coach staff will be excited to get to work on those guys.
Before I let you go, I did see that you made the UT game last week, I think it was, and saw a photo of yourself along with a couple of Bulldog alums, so that must have been fun for you last Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to go up there and visit my son, Keller, who's a senior at UT, and, of course, got to see Aaron. Aaron knew I was coming, and, I guess I told him I'd take my hat off, and I guess he saw my bald head because he looked up immediately and saw me and ran over there. But, my stepson, Easton, was with us, and it was a cool deal. I went up there with my fiancée, Kim Brown, and got to see my son. So it was a good trip all the way around. It was great to see Arion. Couldn't be more proud of that young man. And, today I've got another great, I've got Jeremiah Bailey at EKU playing at WKU, where Dallas Walker, Dallas had signed with Texas A&M years back, and is transferred to WKU, so we'll have two Bulldogs going against each other on that one too. So a lot of former Bulldogs doing well, and I was glad to see Arion last week, but also obviously glad to see my son as well.
Oh, I can only imagine. So that's what it's all about. So, Coach, appreciate you spending some time with us this morning talking about your program, and good luck next week at Ravenwood, okay?
All right, thanks, Brian. Have a good one.
You too. That's Matt Williams joining us here on The Coaches Show, brought to you by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get legal help when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day.
Here's a question. What do you want from your electric co-op?
Fast response if the power goes out.
An app that keeps me informed. Tips to lower my monthly bill.
Communication on things that matter to me.
Done, 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 done.
I want to know everything.
Everything? Well, young lady, let me show you the MyMTE app. Energy Service Life. That's Middle Tennessee Electric. We're here to get done what matters most to you. Learn more at mte.com.
The Blue Raider fan source for officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear is Raider Tees. T-shirts, caps, sweats in all sizes, designs, colors, children's to plus sizes. Raider Tees has decals and license plates to show everyone your favorite team. Plus, check out their wide selection of Blue Raider art, jewelry, even golf tee markers. Show your Blue Raider pride with the largest selection of Blue Raider merchandise anywhere by shopping Raider Tees, 910 Ridgely Road, just before the bridge over Broad behind Chewy's.
Sir Pizza. You can now order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. We've made ordering online a breeze from sirpizzatn.com. Tap on the location nearest you and begin your order for carryout or delivery. You can order the Royal Feast, create your own, spaghetti, calzones, everything right from our online portal at sirpizzatn.com.